Okie doke. So let's take a look at this in word problem format. So we read it once at the end of the last video. Let's read it again and start using our rubies. So reread. Trisha's hosting a bake sale at school. She wants to have 700 baked goods for the sale. First and third grade brought in 389 altogether. Fifth grade brought in 172. Write an equation that represents G, the number of baked goods still needed. All right, so first thing we need to do is underline the question. Our question is, write an equation that represents G, the number of baked goods still needed. All right, so this is going to be a strip diagram. That's the first thing. Maybe I should hold off before I do that. Let me get some important information because I don't even know how many parts of the strip diagram to draw yet. So Trisha's hosting a bake sale at school. Not important. She wants to have 700 baked goods for the sale. That is important. So our whole, the amount she wants in total, is going to be 700. All right, first and third grade, which is one part, brought in 389 altogether. Fifth grade brought in 172. So this actually sounds like it's going to be a part whole problem. All right, and the reason I know that is because my whole number, the amount altogether, is going to be 700. All right, and then the first and third grade, they brought in, so first and third grade brought in, I'm just trying to label this, 389 pieces of baked goods. And then the fifth grade brought in 172 pieces of baked goods. And then we need to figure out what G is, the amount still needed. So, with this strip diagram, we've now organized all of our important pieces of information. We have the amount that the first and third graders brought, the amount that the fifth graders brought, the total amount that she needs, and then the amount that still needs to be brought in order to do this. So let's take a look and see what is next. So they did what we did. They drew a strip diagram with a whole and then a part. Let's see if they label it like we did. They labeled their whole 700. They labeled one of their parts 389 and one of their parts 172. Ours is flip-flopped, but it still works the same way because 389 and 172 and G all together make 700. So we could flip-flop these in whatever way we wanted to. Just remember that the missing piece right now is G. And that's what they just did. So we could write a bunch of different equations for this. For instance, we could write G plus 389 plus 172 equals 700, right? But is there one that we could write that might be a little bit easier to solve to figure out what G is? So they basically wrote the same thing we did, but backwards. Remember, the equal sign just means this side and this side have the same value. So if you write the 700 first or you write the 700 last, it does not make a difference. So we need to find the value of G. Oh, they did it for us. Hold on one second. So here's what we can do. All right. One of the things we can do is we can go ahead and fill in G as a blank. And then we can find out what the total to 389 plus 172 is first. And then take away that from 700. I think an easier way to look at this right now for y'all would be 700 minus 389 minus 172 is equal to blank, which is our G, right? Because basically what we're doing is saying our whole minus one piece minus the other piece will give us this answer. So I want you to try this on your own. Remember, just go ahead and solve it using the order of operations. 700 minus 389. Take the answer to that, take away 172, and you should get 139 as your value for G.